What's up, guys? So for today's video, I'm going to be sort of doing something a little bit different. Now, in the past, when I've done analytical videos, I would do it on modern day stuff. So I would either analyze games that would happen the day before or somewhere during the week, of that specific video that I would release. But to sort of change things up and make things a little bit more interesting for you guys, I'm going to take us back all the way to, more than 2 years ago. Masters Reykjavik Grand Final, so OpTic Gaming against Loud. This was literally in the middle of chamber meta. It's crazy fucking time back then. So yeah, I'm gonna be looking at map one, which was Ascent. I'm gonna walk you guys through, pretty much all of it, and I'm gonna sort of show to you guys how dominant OpTic Gaming was back in the day and how so far ahead they were from, all of their fucking opponents. So yeah, I say this every video. If you enjoy that type of content and you want to see more, subscribe. We just hit 300 subscribers after the latest video, which was the Sentinels one. So I do appreciate all the support. But yeah, other than that, I hope you guys will enjoy. All right, so we're going to start with round one, obviously. Honestly, it's not a special round. I think, it's a pretty dry round if you ask me, but the reason why I put it in there is just because it's literally going to represent how the entire half is going to take place. It's literally gonna be OpTic absolutely dominating Loud. They're gonna have the god reads. They're gonna be playing together like, almost perfectly, and yeah, they're just gonna manipulate Loud quite literally, and it's gonna make them, very, very frustrated, and it's going to be hard for them to kind of adapt around that sort of play style that OpTic are going to be using. But yeah, so other than that, if we jump right into it, nothing too special. It's going to be an attempt from Loud to just rush B, right? They're going to take it slow at the first couple seconds of the round, but they're going to end up trying to go out B, and they're just going to get absolutely fucked. So if you look at OpTic's position there, they're really just playing a pretty standard setup in terms of, when you're looking at a pistol round. They're just walking down mid, they realize nobody's there, and they're gonna, FNS is going to be like, yeah, it's probably fucking B, go mark it, go help your boy, Crashy's on B, just flood out. And they all play together perfectly. Louder just picking one by one out of the smoke. Now, one thing I would have liked to see from Loud there is some sort of fucking utility to try to get out of that choke, because quite literally nothing happened. They throw a smoke CT and a smoke market, and they just run out, hoping for fucking people to be on their crosshairs as they're running out. And yeah, that's just not what happens. I would have liked to see a dash. I would have liked to see a Silva dart, something to sort of help them get out of the choke, but they just end up, peeking one by one out of it and just being completely obliterated by OpTic. So again, nothing too special about this round, but I'm really just putting it out there to show you guys, like, this is quite literally how the entire half is going to go down. All right, so on this third round, obviously OpTic managed to close out second round, nothing too special. So on this third round, obviously OpTic on a pretty weak buy. They have 3 Spectres, a Marshal, and a Sheriff. So Loud would be expected to win this round, but you'll see that that's not quite, what happens. And there's a pretty good reason for it, and I'm going to walk you guys through it. So if I start the VOD here, you'll see that Ye is going to go for an attempt to getting a first blood, but doesn't necessarily land the headshot there. He only gets a body shot on Sasi. And, as much as it's like, oh, well, you're just feeding, you're giving away your body like a prostitute in that situation, to be honest, it's not that bad, because he does land the shot. So Sasi is like 1 HP for the rest of the fucking round. Now, this is the pivotal point of the round. You'll see that quite literally nothing's happening on the map, right? They have nobody on A. They have FNS alone on his turret in mid. Now, one thing I would like to see, though, and that's kind of like something that I don't necessarily blame them for doing this, but if you're on eco round and you have that turret watching B main and market, I just ask Crashies to go like either stack with FNS on B or just stack with the others on A, because Crashies is not going to do anything there. He has a Spectre. It's not like he can fucking wallbang it off of a, drone ping or a dart. He's really just useless in that situation, in my opinion. But yeah, so you'll see that in this situation, nothing, like everything is quiet, and the only thing up, right, the only piece of utility that's actually up on the map is this omen smoke. So chances are, or sorry, Crashes is droning. Okay, so that makes sense. But just by this information, um, it's pretty fucking obvious that they're either in B main, in A main, or somewhere around in cat, right? So they're not necessarily like in bottom mid or like top mid, but they could be in the smoke, and this is exactly what Victor's gonna call for. He's gonna call, yo, I'm flashing in the smoke. They clear it out. And this is literally where the difference is when you compare a good team to a great team. Or just the best fucking team in the world compared to the average shitters like you guys who are probably watching this video right now. So if you actually look at what's going on, Victor gets one, right? He picks off Sadak because he was full fucking blind. Cool. And he was pinged as well. Or sorry, Aspas is pinged. And he's very low. And Victor knows that he, inflicted a lot of damage on Aspas. But they still back up here. They still back up. They let Aspas live. Why is that? Well, because that's, first of all, it's the correct fucking play to do, right? I know that 99.9% of you shitters watching this video right now would actually go and try to kill this guy. But there's two reasons why it's not necessarily a good idea. First, it's because it's fucking Aspas. The guy has a fucking rifle, you have a Spectre, and this other guy has a Sheriff. There is a slight possibility of you peeking this angle and being insta-tapped without anything happening afterwards. Second reason, we know that he's low as shit, and we also know that another player is low as shit, and it's a 4v4. So if you look at the health bars and the positions on the map, OpTic have the advantage right now because two of their players are 1 HP. You have 3 players with Spectres and 1 player with a Marshal, and they don't have any space. They're not inserted in A main. They're not inserted in B main. They're not inserted mid. They're quite literally just, in their spawn holding their dicks in their hand. So in this position, yes, they back up, and it is the correct play. And you'll see that the round is going to sort of crumble its way into OpTic's favor more and more until, it just ends and OpTic, is going to take the round with them. But, they're going to go for an A re-clear here. They're going to try to, get a fight. Try to get the bomb down. And, all right. So this might have been a slight mistake from Marv there. But again, he gets the tag off. Okay, unless now 3 players are basically 1 HP and all the other players have Spectres. And they're going A. They're very low on time. There's a very low chance of them just going back mid to B. And even if they were going to do that, FNS is ready for it with the turret. So I like this play from Marv, right? Just getting the tag off. Repicking was a little bit unnecessary, but Victor cleans up the 2 fucking 1 HP guys in cat. Now, this is very important what's going to happen next. This just proves the sort of knowledge in terms of timing and togetherness, right? So Crashy is going to make a lot of noise for FNS to jump out and get both. It's really just straightforward, right? They're just unaware of that possibility. Just cleans up both kills. And they take home the round. Now, for this next round, it's, it's literally just going to be a yay bloodbath, to be honest with you. This round is really just going to showcase how dominant that guy was back in the day. I mean, obviously, if you're watching this today, you're probably like, okay, well, that guy's on bleed. He hasn't done anything since he left OpTic and stuff like that. It's true, right? It's true. It is. But the truth is, though, is back in the day, he just was the absolute GOAT. And this round is kind of going to showcase that. But it's also going to showcase how good OpTic was at playing their advantage. Like, as soon as they get an advantage early on in the round, they just manage to never throw it away. And it makes it very, very hard for Loud to, like, try to come back to it, like, an even situation or even take back like climb back to a situation where they have the advantage. Like if OpTic get an early advantage, the round is basically over because they rarely make any mistakes after getting either first blood or like a lot of space in the beginning of the round. So you guys will see that right here. And they also have like insane reads, right? This A fight is really just happening with Ye alone and an Omen blind, right? They wouldn't be doing that if they expected all 5 players to be there. They're really doing that because they expect 1 to 2 players to be there. In this situation, Pankata is going to be the only one there, and he's going to get picked off, right? Ye is going to be, basically just fucking knifing this guy in the air. Yep. And instantly backs up. And now Louder in a pretty fucked situation, if you ask me, right? Bomb is down top mid. They have no idea if someone pushed through A main. They're just going to have to grab the bomb and quite literally go back, go back B. They decide to re-clear, which is also fine. But look at where Ye is. This guy has the complete fucking, he has the entirety of the information on A. I don't know why 3 players are there, to be honest with you, but anyways. Yeah, you'll see that it's a full fucking stack from OpTic. And then Ye is he's just gonna clean up the whole fucking lobby. There's 2, there's 3. Okay, so this is also a good play. FNS is going to drop the lockdown. And they're just going to play that round to, like, the defuse, right? Obviously, time is low. Les is going to get fucked. He has to back up. And, yeah, I mean, this just really isn't hard at all for OpTic. And there you go. It really shows how quite literally impossible it is to come back from a disadvantage when you're playing against OpTic, especially in the early round, because if you get picked off early round and you give away first blood like Pankata just did in that situation, it's Loud can't do anything. They just have to speed, or they have to fight into a fucking brick wall, and it's really just it just proves that basically. Now, when you think of Prime OpTic, one thing that you're probably going to come across is like the idea of like all 5 of these players on that team being like fundamentally insane. All 5 of these players can have like an amazing round out of nowhere and literally carry their team. Like not just an amazing round, but an amazing game. Like any of those 5 players can have like an amazing life game that is going to carry their team out of that map. And for this round, it's going to be a little bit more focused on Marv and Ye, but the reality is any of those 5 players can really do that. So yeah, this round is really just going to showcase how OpTic individually was miles ahead. So yeah, so this round is just a 1-3-1, nothing too fancy. FNS tries to go for some weird timing, gets caught off guard, backs up. Nothing too fancy here. But you'll see that Marv and Victor are actually pushing for the A space with the one way. Now, this is going to be a key event to this round. So Victor's going to decide to flash through there, and they're going to fight. Marv gets both. Now, look at this util coming in from Marv. Now, he throws the smoke, attempting to push the enemies back in top mid to push them towards Ye. That was the initial thought. Or back in spawn. Right, he just wants to deny this entirety of space in A main. But he jump peeks to like verify that nobody's been through the smoke, and he sees that Sadak actually ran through. So what he's gonna do is back up to a safe position, and he's gonna pull his one way and deny the sort of second part of A main. And this is gonna be very important because it's gonna force Sadak to not only use utility, but make some noise, literally activating the Omen blind and pushing them back into A main. Now they're forced to fight Marv, or they have to go back, and they're literally just trapped there. I don't know why FNS is still there because, obviously there's a lot of noise going on there. but I guess we just haven't seen less yet, so he could be potentially mid or in B main. But you'll see, and there it is. That's like the fucking cherry on top. Let me just rewind. He throws the one way. He knows they're gonna push through, so he has his blind ready. Blinds out. Now, not only pushes everybody back in A main except for Sadak. He's also gonna take this timing to get into wine. Nobody would fucking expect that in a million years. Backs up in wine. Now they're kind of forced to speed up, to be honest with you. And yeah, they're crunched. They're fucked. Right? FNS, not FNS. Ye is gonna get all three, I think. Yep. Yep, and that's literally just how you clean it up, right? So, just insane utility and timing usage from Marv there. It really just showcases the sort of value that you can get by having insane individual players. Now, obviously, up until now, I've been, glazing a lot on the OpTic side, and I'm probably going to do so for, the vast majority of the remainder of this video as well. But this round, I'm going to highlight sort of some of the mistakes that OpTic sort of make in these post-plant situations, because it is something that, if you watch this game, that they were struggling with is after the bomb is down, like what are they doing? The positions that they're holding, the utility that they're using is a bit questionable, and this is why like Loud managed to sort of come back and take a pretty decent amount of rounds, considering that the half ended 10-2. So you'll see that OpTic are not going to have like a hard time hitting side and getting the bomb down, but they're going to have a hard time sort of playing that post plant scenario. And I'm sort of going to show you guys why when it happens. So they're going to end up going A. Now, this position from FNS is pretty harmless if you ask me, to be honest with you. Okay, so there you go. This is key. They get the Q, they get first blood, they go outside. One dies to the molly. Kills Sadak. Now, bomb's gonna go down soon. Shouldn't be a problem. They had literally zero issue hitting the site, to be honest with you. Like, zero issue. Right? Now, it's a 3v3, about to be a 2v2 when Sadak dies. And it's just the way that they're going to be positioned here. Now, the first mistake is Crashies should not be in main. Okay? Now, if you rewind this pretty far back, now, obviously, he's deep in spawn when the bomb is going down. But as we go, he's in main right now. And this guy's going to dash back out. And basically, this should be Crashy's cue to sort of go help his team, potentially peek tree with Victor or do something, because the reality is their Omen is still alive. So Crashy should be expecting to be smoked off here. And it just feels like he's going to ignore that and completely rely on the 2v2 on site. And the reason why that's sort of a mistake is because both of these players are taking 1v1s, and let alone the fact that Ye is 1 HP, right? So basically what's going to happen is Crash is literally just going to sit there with his dick in his hand. Victor's going to try to fight for his fucking life. Drops down Artis. And there's really just nothing these guys can do in this position, right? Crashies is going to have to peek out, but he's going to decide not to, which again is another mistake. And yeah, both of these players are going to take ones. They're both going to lose it. That's fine. It's a 50-50 scenario. It happens. You can't win all of your fights, but you need to be putting yourself in a position where, you can actually fight with your team. Right here, if I'm Crashies, I'm peeking out, peeking tree. I don't care. Because if you kill this Omen guy, the guy's still Artist, Ye is still alive, and it's a 2v1 against Aspas, right? And it's a pretty winnable position. But Crashies just doesn't do anything. And you'll see. No pinging off contact. He's playing like a literal pussy, doing nothing. and he's gonna get fucking domed. Now this is just like, as together as they play, usually this is sort of a round where they just disconnected, held very bad post match positions, didn't communicate on what they wanted to do and what they should have done at least, right? They didn't act on it properly, and that really just cost them the round. All right, guys. So we basically made it to this last round there. I think that this last round is really gonna point out also how good OpTic is at like using sort of different resources for different reasons, and you'll kind of understand what I mean by that as we go through it. But for now, it's nothing too special. We just have Ye literally being alone on B. So basically what he did at the beginning of the round is he went B main early, went in this corner on the right, basically forced Sasi to drone him out and just burn the drone, right? He broke the drone and left. Now Sasi has no fucking idea. Like nobody has any idea what's going on the map, right? They have no idea what's going on in B main, at least not until now, where he darted. But they have no info on A, no info on mid. They have nothing, right? And basically, OpTic are droning out A, setting some presence to basically force Sadak to rotate all the way into tree. And that's basically what OpTic are going to do this round. They're literally just going to make Sadak run a fucking marathon in their spawn. And you'll see what I mean by that. But yeah, so OpTic are just going to, insert Marv, and they're going to go back mid. Now, the very important part about all this is this whole round literally revolves around the fact that Ye is playing solo. He's literally just setting, presence, and he's really just putting question marks on the map. He went into B main, broke the drone, forced a Sova dart, now left. They have no idea where Ye is now, and he's literally just walking up mid, and he's gonna destroy that alarm bot, setting up a question mark for Sadak, who wants to go B. He's going to be forced to stay top mid and watch that cross into market. If not, the two side players have no idea what's going to happen, right? He's going to destroy that alarm bot and back out. Now Sadak is literally forced to hold this, right? And they're going to go into an A split. They're going to get the bomb down very easily, right? Aspas needs to take a timing because of the gun disadvantage. Doesn't connect, but damages Ye pretty fucking badly, sorry. Gets one. What the fuck is this casting? I'm just gonna mute the whole thing, to be honest with you. But yeah, Crash is gonna get bombed down. He gets ult. Now, this is this is another key point of the round. Crash gets the bomb down, he gets Sova ult. Now, I know that 99% of you shitters watching this video are saying, yo, I'm gonna go play main, I'm gonna play my ult. The reason why he doesn't do that, and the reason why it's a good decision, is because if you look at the man numbers, it's a 4v3, which means, and also like considering that Loud is sort of on a weak buy, like they already knew that at the start of the round. So they know that they have the advantage if they just fight. Now, one thing that you're gonna notice is Les has his KJ ult. Now, yes, he does, but the K ult is gonna wear off pretty fucking soon, right? The camera's gonna switch to Sadak. Oh, I guess it just didn't. But yeah, no, so basically like the KO was going to wear off pretty soon. So he would have the time to stay on site and destroy the KJ with the Sova ult in order to just, cancel out the KJ basically. And now they just took fights 4v3 on site, and they're going to manage to close out the round. Right, so the KJ is going to be popped like right now. They're going to dart, but he's going to destroy it. So basically the only thing that they can do is run out with no util, right? Their KO's dead. They have no flashes. They're just gonna have to peek together, right? Les is trying to find something. FNS is not giving anything whatsoever. Crashies either. They're just tucking, right? And Victor is gonna be the one sort of closing it out, getting the 2 kills, playing off of FNS and Crashies' contact, and they're gonna close out the game. Alright guys, so this basically concludes this video. So this being said, if you did enjoy it and you made it this far, You know, the best way to sort of show that appreciation is by subscribing, liking the video, commenting what you think about it, right? So if you have any feedback or any comments, whatever, feel free to let me know. It's going to be my pleasure to go through them. And yeah, other than that, I'll see you guys in the next one.